Yo, what up, guys? Oh man, y'all like on full force. Normally get like three right away, but we're like 18 strong right now. Well, thank you guys. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I was looking for this one comment in here. All right, just shout out to these guys. Hey, before we start, I want to give a shout out to Jason, Mario, Danny, Mark, and Brian. Those guys are a member of the channel. In case you guys didn't know, well, they didn't have to because there's really no perks in there outside of like you're probably going to see my video a lot earlier. But I shout out to those guys, man. Been supporting me for the longest time. So shout out to those guys, and also Mario and Danny are collecting weekly in and outs are gonna stream tonight at 10. So I'll try to get off before they start. But let's see. Oh man, comics. His body is ready. This is like a Will Foxification thing. His body is ready, but um. So Gary, then there's paradox of collecting. We spend countless time and money, but whether choice or not is man. Giles says, let's go. Let's do this. What's up, King Dingaling? Negan. Wait, all of these figures start to drop. It's going to be ugly for a lot of folks. It's gonna be ugly, man. Mike Fig 08, what's up? Far from Death Star. Equan, what's going on, guys? Alabama Wyatt, hey man. What notable channels are closing? Alabama, are you talking about like YouTube channels? Let's see. Gilbert, what's up? What's up, else? Panda Express and Tinder dates. Can never go wrong. Yeah, speaking of Panda Express and Tinder dates, I believe both happened to Will Foxification, but it all ended up in beating his meat anyway. So, didn't affect it at whatsoever. Comics says looks like playing video games and listening to optical is the move. Hey, Comics, it's no better way to go. Hey, man, what kind of games do you play? Because lately I've been playing a lot of video games. I don't know, just didn't want to stream lately because there's really nothing to talk about. Really talking about the same thing over and over. So I kind of gotten back to gaming. So if you guys into gaming or whatever, Twitch is normally where you would find me pretty much every day. Michael Hood, what's going on? Alabama Wyatt. Oh yeah, okay. So some YouTube channels. Yeah, man. This is why it would kind of like I had a totally different topic, but we're gonna steer away from that moment because some things happening. Equan says RP 6 scale scavengers. Yeah, man. It is. Not only that, King Zachary, man, he's like retiring too. So it seems like, I saw it from his video, he is. Doc Smizzle, what platform are you playing on? PS5, Doc Smizzle. Me and Paradox played Call of Duty maybe like a week ago or so. Yeah, so if you guys are on PS5, go check that out. KG, what's up, man? Lane, what's going on? As always, Lane. All right. It's not a whole lot of news, not even exciting news. So let's get through it, man, before hits 10. All right. So I don't know if you guys are following anything besides. I hope you guys are following something besides Hot Toys because that's fun. Let's see here. All right. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but it looks like there's a Hulk Buster from 3-0. If you're not familiar, 3-0 does pretty good robots. They got transformers, they're die cast. Is this even die cast? Maybe. It says deluxe collectible figure, so maybe it is. Infinity Saga, and you can see there's like it's a lot of articulation in this guy right here. So looks pretty good. Diecast Fly, what's going on, man? And plus they're pretty reasonable too. 3-0. They're like they have an Iron Man Mark 43 for $80 or $90 at Big Bad Toy Store. So I might get this one because I'm not gonna get the actual Hulkbuster. So this might be my only chance of grabbing one. Okay, let's see here. I mean, you can't do this on your Hot Toys Hulkbuster anyway, so this is cool. Lane, I'm ready for next week's statue. I've been waiting for his coming up for pre-order. What statue, Lane? Far from that star. Let's see here. 30 owns the robot world of six scale figures. I agree, man. They're Transformers. If you guys haven't seen it, they're pretty good. You guys gotta see it. Did you see Buzz Toys is coming out with The Witcher? I think I saw that, Negan. I didn't pay attention too much, but I think I did. All right, big dog in the house. Okay. Let's see. All right, let me just get this. All right. Felicia season pass. This is why collectors got to be picky. Being all in on lines will burn you out and make it less fun. I agree, Diecast. Got to take it easy, man. All right, for another 3-0. Man, did they change their logo? It looks like it. I like it. It's pretty clean. It looks like clothing, though. You can see there. Demogorgon. So if you guys are into Stranger Things, I like Stranger Things. So, but I don't think this is worth $250. This is insane. They made figures better than this that is worth less than this. There's nothing special about this one, in my opinion. I mean, it looks good, but not 250 good. I think Jon Snow is worth more than this, but he's not 250. So let's see here. Man, we've been talking about this Far From Death Star. That would be cool if 3-0 gets a Star Wars license for only droids. Can you imagine that? You can save a lot of money from not buying, overpriced droids or even Stormtrooper from Hot Toys. They don't require faces, so you don't really need Hot Toys. 3-0 I think would do, but I don't think that would ever happen. Look at that. Mr. JB has his own YouTube now. Good for you, Mr. JB. We won't confuse you with Miss JB anymore. King Dingaling, you see those third-party John Wick figure kits coming out, all those different outfit sets and dogs. Dude, I haven't seen that, but I'm interested. I just reviewed Max Nut, John Wick with the slick back hair. That is awesome. That is awesome, man. Lane, will you talk about the Batman Ninja Catwoman and Harley announced by Asmus? Lane, that's not Asmus. That's Star Ace, man. No, you know what? I can pull it up, Lane. I can pull it up. Ninja Squirrel, what's up, man? Yeah, I didn't recognize you with your avatar. That Prime One new movie Optimus Prime with Jetfire parts statue is insane. Dude, Prime One, man. Damn Sidger is hitting me up. They are finally releasing too many Hot Toys to me all at once. I'm finally getting Endgame Cap, Batman Beyond, Boba Fett, and Mando Deluxe. Man, big dog, I'm sorry, man. That's a painful day, right? That's a grand, more than a grand. Woo! Because I got Mando Deluxe recently. Cap, I got it from Big Bad. So, see, hey, big dog, this is where if you pre-order this at Big Bad, if they all come in at once, it's $4 shipping. Imagine that's 4 figures. Even at $20 each, you save $80. So this is where their pile of loot comes in handy, man. Looks more like 120, 140 figure. Looks good. I agree, man. It looks good, but it's not 250. For crying out loud, 3-0. You're not Hot Toys. It looks good. See, you even have a second head sculpt, but then again, there's no face. Why is it 250? This is all you're getting. It's insane. Gilbert, will they even make the kids from Stranger Things? That's another point. What if they don't? Then you're stuck with this guy right here. 250. This is more expensive than Nebula. Just think of it that way. That's crazy. Mr. James is just using this to chat. Lane's a Star Ace. Yeah, man. We'll take a look at that. I don't want people getting confused. Niculio, my Hot Toys Mando and Child are meant to be delivered tomorrow. Me too, man. But I expect they'll be delayed for another month at least. Sad Meat Beaters Club. Sorry, Niculio. Hey, man, you can always, just beat your meat if you're sad or something. JB's optical. Did you see King Zachary goodbye video? Everyone is quitting. I know, man. Danny, what's up, Danny? Hey, Danny, I gotta hit you up later on, man. I gotta ask you something. All right, so next is artillery stormtrooper. They pretty much talked about this. I believe it's 220. Looks good. You know, if you're like Danny who collects this, I'm pretty sure he'll get one. Looks really nice. I finally found out what those things in their back are for. I have no idea what those are for. So now I guess I have an idea. It's for that mortar kind of thing. Look at the jet. I mean, look at the backpack, man. I don't know if you even call it a backpack, but that looks pretty intense right there. The question is, it's a mortar, right? Like it's artillery. Do they still miss? Because that has a wide range of impact. So do they still miss on that one? So thermal detonator, says Lane. Never knew what they were for. So all right. Ninja says 1/6 colors are getting hit with a price increase and markups for a new hike in popularity. Man, we get the influx of new collectors slash YouTubers. I don't know if it's playing a part of that, but I don't know. Transformers Optimus Prime Deluxe is 200 and way more engineering, weathering, and more accessories. I agree, man. Those 3-0. If you guys pick up at least a Bumblebee on BBTS, Bumblebee is like 150 if I'm not mistaken. Pretty cheap, and you get $4 shipping too. Get it there. Just try it out. I mean, it's 150 for Hot Toys. That doesn't even exist. But a diecast Bumblebee, man, it's so good, man. Diecast is I can't do more than 10 figures of any line, and I collect MP, Transformers, NECA, Hot Toys, GI Joe, Classified, and Super 7 Thundercats. Man, that Super 7, I'm tempted by that. So I want the Mustard Trooper. All right, Nicolio, this Trooper. Hey, BMW, what's going on, man? Should be the Mortar Trooper. I agree. I'm trying to make it fancy there. I mean, it looked, I mean, 220, no head sculpt, but for a stormtrooper, it looks pretty decent, you know. And finally, this guy right here, Miles Morales Bodega Catsuit. I don't even know what it is. I'm starting to play the game now. You know, this is my only game on PS5. I believe I'm halfway through it. Actually, no, I got more games at PS5. So I got that. As usual, NBA. I gotta get an NBA and Call of Duty. But that's it. Like 3 games on PS5. I don't know why I bought a PS5, but I did. PS4 can do the job. To be quite honest with you, I bought a PS5. It was the hype that I bought it. I mean, I'm gonna buy one anyway, so might as well buy one now. I paid retail for it. I just bought the bundle, but it's all right. But yeah, I've been playing this game. It's a fun game, man. It's like the first Spider-Man. It's pretty cool. I don't know. I'm getting bored with these Spider-Mans to be quiet. And I love Spider-Man, but I'm getting tired of seeing these figures and the troopers. I love them. I think they're cool. I just won't buy them. That's the thing. I haven't been excited in any Hot Toys announcement recently. Like nothing really excited me. So he says, I'm a trooper collector though. I think it looks great for the price and less than the incinerator trooper. I think it's priced competitively in accordance to other troopers, But if you start like comparing it to like 3-0 without the head sculpt, obviously, but if you compare that to the Demogorgon, then I'll get that trooper any day of the week, Nicolio, have you watched WandaVision yet? I have. And I actually finished it, man. I never thought I would get past the first 3 episodes, but I did. Dean says, only the weak get fatigued. Hey, man. Sometimes your knee gets weak, man. They say I have my PS5 since launch day, and I love COD on it, and also been playing Resident Evil 5. King Dingaling, do you see the difference between gameplay between PS4 and PS5? You know what? Honestly, I don't. I think PS4 is pretty smooth still, It's not a big of a jump, to be quite honest with you, King Dingling. Like from PS4 to PS5, and I'm using a 4K monitor with HDR and all that funny stuff. I don't, I don't, and I play pretty, right here in front of me. So yeah, man. Okay. All right, Lane with a super A. Lane, appreciate that, man. I would get one of these Spider-Man game figures if they would do a game Black Cat figure. She would be awesome. I think by Hot Toys. I think they would too, man. Eventually, I mean, the thing is, it's so easy to make these Spider-Mans, Lane, and they're getting away with it. That's why they keep on just pumping this out, and they just why even engineer a new figure face sculpt and all that stuff when you could just generate another one that looks like the other guy and throw a sweatshirt on it. Okay, let's go to Big Bad Toy Store real quick here. I know Lane was asking about those Star Ace, and I know the guys are giving me a hard time when it comes to Star Ace, but hey, man, I love the Batman Ninja. All right, Harley Quinn, 289. It's a little too high in my opinion, though. Man, Big Bad, can you make your pictures a little larger, for crying out loud? It's unique. I watched this cartoon, this Batman Ninja. I wasn't really too much into it, but I gotta say I like the like I like Batman, seeing him in that different stance though. Okay, movable eyes. Okay, seamless body. Why does it need to be seamless body? Bendable arm stand. I haven't seen that before. Is it? Do they mean like Okay, so you don't really need a bendable body for this though, or seamless, unless you remove. Maybe you are, but all right. So that's that 270 289 is kind of high. Even this Catwoman deluxe version. What is the deluxe version comes with? This one looks cool too, but it looks like an anime though. But then again, Batman Ninja is again, I guess a Fison body. You can't see the elbows. All right. Damn. What is going on here? First time I'm seeing this. I know they exist, but I don't know. We'll find we'll find out. God damn, Star Ace. Like surprising me with all these stuff. Now the Batman Ninja, they came up with a new one with a horse. Oh, it's not here. All right. J Rob, still waiting for Hot Toys Cyborg announcement. I don't know, J Rob. We might not see it, man. Because I think if they would have the best, I guess, time was when it was hot. We're kind of cooling down now with Justice League. So I don't know. The way to capitalize it was a month ago or 2 months ago when it first came out. But we'll see. JB says sold my Mark IV Spider-Man for 260. You lost a little bit there, JB, didn't you? I mean, if you don't like it, plus it's available still, so you are really gonna lose money on that. Honestly, JB, even if you sat on that figure, I think you're still gonna lose money. The market is saturated with Spider-Man right now. That, yeah, I mean, it's a good looking figure. It's just that not a lot of people needed it. Buddy Hepburn, I like the mild suit, but they have 4 now up on pre-order at the same time. Yeah, plus I think I'm gonna get the Miles from the movie Into the Spider-Verse compared to this video game version. I just feel like you're gonna get your money's worth more on the Into the Spider-Verse. If anything, maybe I'll get the default looking one, but man, I don't need every Miles Morales, suit. And I love Spider-Man, so Diecast says I've had a PS4 Spider-Man Miles game since Valentine's Day and still haven't played it yet. Hey man, I feel you. I just opened this up maybe like a week ago and I started playing it. It's actually pretty cool, Nicolio, have you got Endgame Thor pre-ordered? Apparently releasing in Hong Kong next week. I thought it was going to be this week. Okay, maybe next week, but I do have that on pre-order, Nicolio. I told myself I'm pretty much if I could, I'm gonna get every Endgame figure if I could. If I could. I'll try to at least. The good news is they've been releasing sporadically, like it's spaced out evenly, so it's not too bad. Lane says, "Yeah, will tell me us your Star Ace fanboy." Absolutely, Lane. I love Star Ace. That's a stripper Catwoman. That's how I felt at the same time. Now I know why you like Star Ace. Hey, man, there's a lot of things you can do with this figure. That's why I don't get fatigued. Only my niece gets fatigued. So I really wish Hot Toys will dive into different movie properties. I really love to see some figures from Mad Max Fury Road, but that ship has sailed a long time ago. Gilbert, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I love DC. I love Lord of the Rings. I love a lot of things, but I don't collect everything from that line. I wish, like a part of me wish that they would just do the main characters, because that, I understand there's completionists out there, but I kind of want a good, variation in my shelf, not just completely. For example, Lord of the Rings, not just all Lord of the Rings. I appreciate other, I'm a figure collector, not just an IP, fanatic. So let's see here. I mean, do you think we'll just be getting Spider-Man or Iron Man figures over the next couple of months? Looks like that's the formula, Lane. We were told by a few YouTubers that Cyborg and Mando Luke on the fort was confirmed. Yeah. I was told too that DX20 is going to be a Joker. So, or MMS 600 was Iron Man Mark 1 diecast. So, okay, Warner Bros. Won't allow for Cyborg to be made anymore. And honestly, Nicolio, even if he was, I don't think they will make him. Just for cost alone, and how many people are really going to buy that. I think there's more people who's going to buy him now before Zack Snyder, the Snyder cut. But how much is the question. Now they can release a Stormtrooper and they might make the same money. So why, stretch the effort and all that stuff. JB lost $40. Hey, JB, it's better to lose $40 than have a 260 figure or $300 figure sitting on your shelf that you don't even like. So, what's up, Willie Chua? Hot Toys need to up their games on technology. There are more options for collectors. I hope, Willie, that the competition gets stiffened, so they would step their game up a little bit more. So maybe people are shifting from Hot Toys to card collecting craze. Man, who started that card collecting? It's that guy from YouTube. And now everyone's doing card collecting. Fat Fly Kid, man, I haven't seen you in a while. You'll finally see the PS5 difference when you watch the new gameplay for Horizon Farbitter West. I haven't even finished the first Horizon. I think that's called Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah. But I agree, man. It's a powerful machine. Ivan, can I get a new head from Tony Stark Endgame on BBTS? I'm sure you could, Ivan, because BBTS gets their stock from from Sideshow, and Sideshow made this. You know what? Let's talk about that. So I guess they're asking us to send the head sculpt at our expense, which is crazy. You know what? That's a good segue, Ivan. Let me see if I can find the email here. Probably don't, but probably deleted it already. Or if you guys have the link, put it on the chat so we can just talk about that. I'll find it. What's up? Hey, Mario's here. Look at that. Mario's here while waiting for his stream to come live in like 40 minutes. Appreciate it, Mario. Do you think Hot Toys is getting overwhelmed and they don't even realize it? I don't think so, Negan. I think they like it because they're pumping up pre-orders. They're releasing figures once a week or something. So they're taking their time, man. All right, let's see if I can find a Sideshow. Man, Fat Thigh said the maps are killing the Clippers right now. Man, Clippers are gonna be in so much trouble, man. They're gonna be down 0-3. Wow, he doesn't even know he's streaming. I don't even know he's streaming. All right. Okay, so I think I found the website here. Oh no, they took it down? What? All right, Lane says, so I'm thinking getting the anti-Ock Spider-Man from base and to put the classic Spider-Man suit since I want just one Spider-Man with an awesome combo. Man, that anti-Hawk is a pretty good suit, Lane. It the color variation is really good. Plus, I love diorama. I just love diorama. You can do that and get the classic and get the tail. That's a good combo right there. But I get it. I mean, you might lose money though, but it's up to you, man. It's up to you. But I'm saying that's not a bad idea right there. All right, last Masanori, battle damage 85. Are you going to lose it? Are you going to lose it with a helmet? All right. Are you saying am I going to display with a helmet or not? Battle damage 85. Man, that's without a helmet for sure. Last Masanori, that helmet is amazing. By the way, thank you for the super chat. Last Masanori, yeah, that's good, man. Joe P, Kawhi walking if they lose. Man, that's a good question, Joe, because he's from LA. But then I hope he does. And he might consider the Bulls. I don't know. He won't. But if he does, man, we got the cap space and we got Vucevic and Levine. That would be a pretty good combo right there, man. Joe P, Enterbay LeBron James sold out on BBTS today. Wow. That is expensive, Joe. I mean, I bought it straight up from Enterbay. But it's an expensive figure. I don't think it's worth 300. I think it should have been worth 230 at most, so I am legend, my guy, my man. Last Masanori, I mean, no, man, I got you, man. No, Masanori, that head sculpt is a thing of beauty. You got to display it. You can't have it with a helmet on. The helmet on is for the clean 85 because the head sculpt is not that good. But far from that star, Hot Toys has like 60 figures on pre-order and like 2 released in the last 2 months. Wow. I'm starting to get more statues since it seems like statues are coming out faster than figures nowadays. Man, statues are great too. I've been holding off, man, for statues because as you can see, I don't even have space. I got freaking figures on the floor. But Alabama Wyatt says PG-13 too. Man, PG, if they both walk, that would suck for the Clippers. Suck for them. All right, so let's take a look at this real quick before we dive into anything. So anyone who bought Mark 85, it's kind of small, but you get the idea here. Oh, Jesus. Hey guys, Will is trying to find some love. Will, you went to the wrong place. This is the Beat the Meat Club. So can't help you find love. I could probably help you with some good videos, but yeah, that's pretty much it. But exotic Carfax, everyone is getting out of Hot Toys now. They're taking too long to release products, and by the time they finally drop, the hype and excitement has already died down. Clippers are cursed. Oh, Mario says Mario, take that back, man. Don't do that to this guy. All right, so exchange program. Can I make this bigger? It's too small. That's what she said. Zoom. Okay. There you go. God damn, it's way too big. Okay. All right. So the questions: am I eligible to participate? Okay, so I guess if you pre-order this between 4/1 and 2019 to May 7th, you're eligible. The question is, if you buy it after May 7th, are you gonna get the new head sculpt? Is that even available yet? The new head sculpt? I don't even know. How can I opt in to request an alternate portrait? You gotta click here to visit and submit a request, which I did. I suggest you guys do because you only have till the 31st. Worst case scenario, I guess you don't have to send if you change your mind between that, because I don't even think the head sculpt is available. Otherwise, we would have seen it on YouTube now, or Instagram or whatever. I don't know why they're rushing us to do this. I don't understand. But okay, do I need to send Sideshow back the portrait I currently have? It says yes. In order to receive the portrait, you will be required to first send back the head in our possession. So I guess we got to give them the head, to get ahead. Hey, sometimes you got to give a head to get ahead. So it is what it is. Speaking of head, Will says here, thanks, Mario. I love you too, man. I'll start an OnlyFans. Don't do that, Will. With Jazz Inc. getting licensed, will that mean they will be mass producing? Man, I hope so, man. I think the price is going to slightly go up higher, but you never know. Sir, I bought 108 figures, including life-size Grogu in 14 months. I'm kind of exhausted with this hobby. Man, I Am Legend. You went way too hard, man. Way too hard. I think most people will use the Tony head doing the kneeling iconic pose. Don't you think it's better to have a statue of it instead? I agree. Last Masanori, you have a good point there. However, though, I haven't seen a statue that has a better head sculpt than Hot Toys, though. At least the Tony Stark. So, and plus, you can change the pose. You can have him kneeling, sitting down. With you can do some with if you have Spider-Man, you can do that too. So, got some different options there. You can change it up. Hot Toys so boring at the moment. Even Sideshow Scavengers hung it up. I agree, Joe P. Man, they haven't piqued my interest, just to say the least. Big Dog. I'm so glad the Knicks lost, especially after that Knicks fan spat on Trey Young. Man, I haven't seen the video, but I heard like he just barely dodged it. Man, New Yorkers, man, that's what you get. New Yorkers. Paul inside your stream never gave a straight answer after buying new ones now from which sculpt you get. Yeah, that's what they do, buddy. They just like dance around it. I highly doubt you're gonna get the new one. If it's the new one, we would have seen it by now. Like we would have seen it was like, hey man, this is the new alternate portrait that you're getting. There's nothing. So I'm guessing if you buy it now, you just stuck with the Tony Stank for the rest of your life. So okay, yep. Everyone's getting multiple orders from Sideshow now. They really know how to stick it to collectors. Terry Watkins, Hot Toys taking way too long to come out with these things. I'm sort of getting bored. I agree, Terry. It doesn't also hurt. It doesn't also help. I mean, that all we're getting lately are Troopers and Spider-Man. Even if you're not getting something, I would love to see a different figure. Even though I'm not buying it, I just admire them from afar. And maybe if it goes on sale, I might pick it up. Like as much as I'm not going to pick up that Johnny Depp figure because I have no idea what their movie from. But at least they're not Spider-Man or Stormtrooper. Again, nothing against Spider-Man because I do love Spider-Man, but man, how many do we really need? I got Queen Studios Juggernaut. I'm debating if I should get a quarter scale Hot Toys Bale Batman or wait to see if Queen Studios announces one. J-Rod, wait till Queen Studios announces one. Don't get the quarter scale. It's not the same, man. It's not the same. I know, Joe. He went hard. Sean, Hot Toys is slow on releases. They have to catch up after all these COVID stuff from last year. I agree, man. Did you decide Optical to finally give in the Ledger Joker quarter scale Joker statue? Most likely not, Lane. Most likely not. Let's see here. Like Fat Thor, Battle Damage 85, Battle Damage Thanos. Honestly, the endgame line should be all out by now. I know it's been 2 years, Terry. 2 years. Lane says, what happened to 6 scale scavengers? TC kind of walked away from it. I guess he's just not feeling it anymore. And they're getting which is sad, and they're going on a break for a little bit. It's hard, man. They got like I was supposed to do this every week, but no announcements, no releases, nothing really to talk about. That's why I'm forced to talk about Demogorgon. So Word Nerd. No, not yet, Word Nerd. We're still too early, man. Lane Kramer, they're burnt out. I thought this was why this stream topic was happening. Yep. Exactly, man. King Zachary is selling off his collection too. I'm gonna wait. I'd rather wait for J&D Studio stuff. All right. So yeah. So you know what? As far as this head sculpt, so if you guys bought the 85, how long will it take? Well, the time frame will vary depending on delivery address. We estimate the entire process to take 1 to 2 weeks. Not from when you submitted. I'm guessing 1 to 2 weeks when they get the head sculpt, which I honestly believe they don't have it yet. I don't think they have it yet. Will Sideshow provide a prepaid shipping label to exchange my portrait? Customers who opt into the exchange program are responsible for their shipping their own Sideshow portrait. That is insane. They messed up, and yet we got to pay for the shipping label, which is crazy. I guess you can't purchase it. It's this entire thing by Hot Toys, it's just the icing on the cake here, but basically they messed up and we got to pay for it. So, but honestly, I'd rather pay for the shipping than get stuck with a Tony Stank head sculpt. So, that's where I stand on it. So, done. Hell, one of the most high figures cap got delayed. Rex, Alvin, you need to diversify your collecting. I agree, Alvin. That makes it interesting. When can we have an and that's Masanori again, man? Thank you for the super chat. When can we have an armored Spider-Man that isn't rubber, like it was built an Iron Man figure? The Iron Spider PS4 was the perfect opportunity. Yeah, man. When are they gonna perfect this engineer? I mean, how many Spider-Mans does it take before they realize this? I don't know, man. I don't know. Marvel movies got to introduce characters before we will see new Marvel figures. Okay, how much of an influence is beer flu on the slow release of? I thought things were going to slow, limited numbers. I really don't know. Who knows? Dude. I'm telling you, man. Even this big YouTubers, they're talking out of their ass sometimes. For most of the time, I think Hot Toys is biting more than they can chew. I think Denobi was right. Speaking of Denobi, man, talk to Denobi. Maybe one of these days we're gonna do a stream. Denobi is one of the OGs as well, so I would love to hear his thoughts on the current condition of Hot Toys. So, all right. So I've always collected other scales. All right, cool. We caught up. All right, so here we go. Let's take this out. So as you know, 6 scale scavengers. I don't know what happened, man. I mad respect to TC for walking away because he doesn't, maybe the passion is gone and he could have continued doing it. But big props to him, man. If you don't want to do what you're, if you're not fully into it, don't, it's either you go 100 or you don't. So, and they're very successful, man. I love listening to those guys. It sucks because they're taking a break too. They said the earliest they might come back is July. So unfortunately, you guys are not going to listen to anything but maybe me. But there's a lot of YouTubers out there though, which is doing this. But yeah, it's real, man. You get burnt out, you get collector's fatigue, and not only that, King Zachary is kind of retiring as well too. I don't know if we're good, but he said he's selling off his figures. And then I got this too from he doesn't get to catch the stream because he is I believe in Europe, so a different time zone, but I know he comments on my video a lot. So if you're watching this, I already want to talk about this when I saw his post on May 24th. Man, I'm sorry if I'm messing up your name here. Wise Fakiri. So he says, I have second thoughts about collecting. This is his post on 16 Republic. So basically he's saying, he has 15 figures, been collecting for 1.5 years now. And maybe got bored. Maybe not bored or just lost the passion or something like that. So let's just let's just talk about what would cause that. So once you get the collector's fatigue, there's normally a cause why you felt that way. I've been doing it for 10 years now, and I'm telling you guys, I felt that a lot of times, thought of just quitting, selling off the collection, and all that stuff. I don't know if maybe that has happened to you, because I Am Legend here says like he bought 125 figures in the span of a year, or 105 figures. Man, that has one way of getting burned out, man. But it's supposed to be a hobby, it's supposed to be fun. But if you're getting stressed out, it's not, it's not worth it, right? So word that says 15 figures. He had one, I think, that's actually pretty good amount, where that's kind of like in the, you're holding off. I'm sure he has a lot of pre-orders, but Mr. JB says Zach has 300 figures. Man, that's a lot of figures, and he's been collecting for like maybe 4 years. And imagine 4 years, 300 figures. That means like almost 100 figures a year. Somewhere around that neighborhood. Because like maybe that, I don't know if he's 4 or 3, but so All right, collectors will always find something else to buy in order to fill the void. I'll never pre-order Hot Toys again. I'll just wait for it to come in stock. If I miss out, oh well. Thank you, Exotic. That's how I feel, man. That's exactly how I feel. Uh J Rod, I feel like people are collecting pre-orders and nothing fun in that. I know, man. This pre-order game is crazy. Mario says, I always think of leading the hobby. I just can't do it yet. There's so much good stuff to let go of. Mario's a genius, man. It is true. You know, like if you, so to me, it's figure hype. Come on, don't sleep on these figures. Goddamn, JB, when did you start? You already have 47? I think I have like 250, but I'm collecting for 10 years. Uh, Far from that star, I've been collecting since junior high school. Collection changes from type of collection. King Dingaling, yes, sir. You see this? Yeah, man. Representing the Philippine flag right here. I am legend. Got tired of waiting Hot Toys at this point. Back to miniature war games again. All right. So first and foremost, before you get fatigued, because when you get in, you first get Hot Toys, you discover it, man, it's exciting. You want to buy everything. You want to buy everything, especially now that Star Wars is hot and you're a Star Wars fan. Boy, you want to dive in head first. You're like, man, I've never seen anything like this. So I'll just list you guys the most common, I guess, figure fatigue, and what do I like in 10 years I felt this, and what do I do normally to get off this figure fatigue? Because honestly, this is a great hobby. A great hobby. The best one probably that I've ever gotten myself into. And you don't need to be physical in here, unlike basketball. Like when I was playing basketball, you got to work out. This you could be old and slow, and the older I get, the less I play basketball, and not good anymore. So this doesn't require you anything. This only requires you to have money, basically. So the first one that I would say is price. This is the most common thing that you would see. All right, let me go back here. Okay, Danny says people get influenced by others easily as well. I agree. George says, I wanted to pre-order Ahsoka, almost dropped my money on her, but I can't bring myself to parting with more money. Oh, Jesus, when I have real problem. About 2 years ago when the heart last year. All right, so let's go back. Oh, I lost it. Okay, so price. That's mostly what you're going to hear. It's like, man, I can't keep up. Prices are getting high. And it's true. When I started collecting, it was like 180 is the norm. Now a typical MMS would run you up to like, man, that black, Scarlet Witch is like 280. So it's almost $100 price hike right there. Oh, IB Samurai from Twitch. What's going on, man? Hey, by the way, add me on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch if you want to just chat and play video games, by the way. So yeah, price. So a lot of people are saying prices are rising. I can't keep up. And it's true. You can't. Now you come into the realization that it's getting expensive. I think Big Dog said earlier he's receiving 4 figures. If you didn't do flex pay, you're gonna pay almost $1,000. And it's an expensive hobby, really expensive hobby. So one way to do this, and the problem too is that if you do flex pay, you have this illusion that the Hot Toys is cheap. It's not. It's the same price. You're just paying it, in pieces. It's still, Venom is still $400. So you're kind of like fooling yourself thinking that you save money or, you did this. Sometimes it's better if you don't do flex pay because you would feel the real value of it. Then you're going to stretches of months where you don't have a figure and you can kind of appreciate it more instead of you paying monthly, like you have a car payment, so, but then again, it's all different with our situation. If flex pay works for you, then go ahead. I typically don't recommend those. I told the guys that the Klarna, the firm, they pull your credit. At worst, just get a new credit card because new credit cards are typically 0% for the next 12 months anyway. Plus you get points, you're going to pull your credit anyway. Just do it that way. But hey, it's on you, man. So yeah, prices are, I would say, the most common thing when at least one of the most common thing when somebody was like, man, I'm I'm gonna get out. I can't keep up with this. Price is too high. So um Lane says, I think about not focusing on one type like you, different companies. King Dingaling says Philippines right there. I get the quitting part, but I don't get the selling the collection part unless it's a serious situation. I've never thought about selling any of mine. Diecast, I'll address that later. Andrew says, I think the whole Cap debacle has halted my Hot Toys hype train. I don't blame you, man. I mean, Cap is such a main character to get pushed back, over and over. So, okay, Lane, I'm collecting Splurge. Okay. JB says, yes, too high, going up for more now. I just feel like the speed of increasing prices of Hot Toys doesn't equal the increase. And you can say that. You can say that too. It's a great hobby, but it's also driven by a lot of media. There's no TV or movie popping up. The interest fades. I agree. I definitely agree with that. It's like health insurance. I'm Legend says it's so true. That's why I never do installments. Yeah, installments gives you the false impression that it's cheap, but it's not. It's the same thing. It says what's flex? JB Flex is like you pay them like installments. So you pay here and there. It's still expensive. You just don't feel it. All right. Tukari says, then there's the fact that hot toys are actually cheaper, not only to produce in Hong Kong, but also the eyes of the company. Yeah. So how I do the price is, just be selective. Just know what you want. If I don't know if this would help, but if you limit yourself, for example, 12 figures a year, if you do that, you'll control the price. You see the pre-orders, like if you are a diverse collector like myself, 12 a year is not bad, honestly. I told the guys, like Paradox and Wolfoxification that I only spend maybe 2,500 a year for hot toys, and that I feel that's pretty high. For them, that's one statue. A Rancor is like $3,000. I only spend like 2,500 a year, and that is what, like maybe 3,000 if there's like a die-cast figure, and I feel like that's pretty high. And it's funny because we calculated how much pre-orders they have, because they dive in statues as well. Sometimes you just pre-order stuffs, right? And Will Foxification in the next 2 years has like around 12,000 in pre-orders. That is insane. $12,000 on just pre-orders. That's not including the one that's already sitting on the shelf. So price is a big factor, but we went into this hobby, like sometimes I bet you go to your pre-order selection and don't count the deposit, because that doesn't count the actual figures. Total it, and that's how much pre-order you have. If it's like 5,000, man, you gotta recheck your stuff right there. Now you gotta be selective. It's either you're gonna collect the Star Wars main characters. You just gotta have a strategy. And mostly my strategy is, if I like the movie or the figure, like I love Lord of the Rings, I'm not gonna buy Galadriel. I'm just not. I'm not gonna buy Faramir. Things like that. Like if you like Star Wars, you don't have to buy every Troopers. You don't even have to buy IG-11. You just know what you want. If it means you're gonna limit yourself to 12 figures a year or 15 or 20, whatever the case is, count it. Here's a good equation if you want. Like now you're putting expendable money aside. You can make this an equation, like how important is your enjoyment to you. You don't look at this as hot toys. You look at this as enjoyment. Would you allot 10% of your salary for this? For example, I'm just using this as an example. If you're making 100,000 a year, would you allot 10%, which is 10,000 a year, for hot toys or other expenses? Count it that way. So. Right. But yeah, that's normally how I limit myself, and I do YouTube reviews. So it's not healthy for me to be selective, but I do. That's why I haven't grown. But I'm just being true to myself here. I'm not going to buy every figures to review. I just won't. Like most things that I buy is what I do like. So all right, let's go back here. Lane says, I'm the opposite of, I often do do payment plan, but I use that approach for statues over sideshow. I know I'm paying the same amount, but over like a year, more easily pay for it. Yeah, I mean, whatever works for you, Lane. Well, like I said, if that works for you budgeting wise, I just don't like it when I say, it was like, hey man, that's too expensive. Oh, you can do payment plans. Like, that's not the point. I can pay it in cash, but the statue's still expensive regardless if I, like the King Kong, the Kong versus Godzilla, it's still 6 grand, whether you pay like 12 installments or not. So okay. It's more fun hunting for deals in the aftermarket on eBay or in groups than waiting 2 years for a pre-order. Exotic, I know what you feel there, man. Like sometimes getting a good deal is so satisfying, but you got to be careful there too. Okay, it says here it's so easy to lose control. Exactly, Mojo. If you are losing control and payment plan doesn't help you to do that, because again, you're under the impression that you're only dropping maybe $80 a month in the span of what. But if you total that, it's better to see something in totality than in small portions. That's how you get in trouble, not just in hot toys, but in debt in general. That's kind of like eating, so you eat small portions and you do it every day, and then you blow over. You got to do things in moderation, especially this. So, okay, I asked for guidance before in regards to Ahsoka, but I still can't bring myself to pre-order either. I will settle on the one for her show, which will come out 3 to 4 years. I agree, Nicolio. It's Ahsoka's not done. She's just starting. This is not even the best Ahsoka we've gotten. If she's not that important to you, I swear to God, like if you just wait, look back at the first Avenger cap and compare it to the Endgame cap, night and day. That's what's going to happen to Ahsoka. Dox Missile, 12K in pre-orders. I'm telling you, man, like if you look into your pre-orders, just total them, and see how much you come up with. Alvin says it's either hot toys, action figures, or stripper, or cocaine. So you can put that in there too. Tukatari says, I can't pay inflated prices for any product. Me too, man. I just don't want to. George says, same here in Manila. Hot toys figure being sold here are priced like sideshow. Yeah, I know I agree, man. You don't have to collect everything you love to. I'm not a Star Wars fan, but I love Mando show, but I didn't get him. Exactly, Diecast. Once you get to the point where you're okay missing something, you don't need to listen to, you can listen to the stream, but just to have fun, so depends on the stripper. I agree, Exotic. All strippers are not made the same. Oh, thank you, Negan. Well, I don't spend more than 600 on any statues, was limited for what I get. Yeah, man. I mean, if you put like a limit to anything, you'll be fine. I Am Legend says, I got into this hobby last year and spent close to 35,000 on those 108 figures. Man, looking back, I should have bought a Bitcoin. Well, I'm not going to dive into that, I Am Legend, because I work in finance, but you shouldn't have bought a Bitcoin either. But let's see here. It's funny, we spend all this money to collect, but then we die. The collection gets redispersed back into the wild. Yeah, man. Here's a tip. You never know what's going to happen to you, right? So if you have this collection, tally them, put them on a spreadsheet with how much the prices are. I know it might sound, a little too much. Now, JB and Mr. JB, you might not have to do this, because we do this like with my friend collectors. In case something happens to you, they give, they were the ones who's going to help disperse this, because it's, if you sum it up, it's a small fortune. If you got kids or a wife or a family member, they could use it. I don't think my kids would love my Jokers. So just saying. All right. So that's that. And then the next one we have here is Metamorphic says, gotta have a spreadsheet for a pre-order, especially if you're doing FlexPay. It helps keep things in perspective. Exactly, man. You gotta watch what you're doing. You gotta watch it. Just otherwise you're getting into this black hole of. That's why sometimes paying it upfront hurts more. So now you realize that maybe you don't need it as much. So. Time to have a bar money and take a break from collecting. J-Rod, I'm telling you, man, we all should just get together one time and go to a bar. I'm still waiting for that. I haven't been to a con, so if there's a con, y'all gotta go, so we can just hang out there and such. All right, so first is like, at least the ones that I hear a lot is prices. Second one is lack of space. You're gonna hear that, man, I don't want to pre-order more. I don't have space anymore. And that's true. Sometimes money's not an issue. Maybe you earn a lot, but you don't have a big place because maybe you live in New York or in Chicago where real estate is really expensive. So there's no room to display these things. So and that's that could damper your mood sometimes. You're gonna be like, man, I really want this statue, but I got nowhere to put it to. And that's a real struggle right there. And that could lead into collector's fatigue. Like, man, I'm tired of this. I buy all these figures, I can't even display them all. So one thing you can do there is sell. So you can sell, you can trade your figures, you can rotate them, or you can expand your place. Expanding is kind of difficult if you have a fixed house. The only thing is you build more shelves. Maybe selling it might not be an option for you because maybe you love the figure so much. Trade them. Just revisit your collection. Have you posted this figure in a while? If you haven't, maybe you just don't like it that much. Have you touched it? Change the pose. How many figures do you have? 200? Have you touched half of them? Taken pictures, or you just walk past them? So you gotta reassess if space is an issue, because it is annoying as well. To not have all that space. And imagine you're putting, you bought something for $200, you keep it in a box in a closet somewhere. Imagine how many times you're going to do that. If it's in a bank, if you invest it, then it's gaining interest. Maybe not in a bank because the interest on the bank is really low. If you invested it, then you would have been making money instead of collecting dust. However, some hot toys do, get money. You might get some money on hot toys over time. So LG says, anybody else wanting to do a mass sell-off? Dude. Yeah, space. This is Lane says this is the big thing for me is space. Yeah, space sucks, man. Like sometimes you got the money, you can buy things. Just where else would you display? Luckily for me, I'm not a displayer. The one that you see in the back is just, when I stream on Twitch, it's an eye catcher. So I get, when somebody views me and they like that. But other than that, I don't really care about my display, to be quite honest with you. I don't. I just stand him up there, put something and, leave it alone. And that's it. So Alvin says, what are your thoughts on in the box collectors? Alvin, you mean box collectors like they leave the figures in the box and not open it? Here's what I would say. It doesn't work for hot toys because there's so many things that go wrong in hot toys. And analytically as well, if you look into eBay, the difference between sealed and non-sealed is not that big of a difference. But if you're leaving it sealed, there's a lot of risk, especially for Iron Man. What if they open it and the light doesn't light up? You don't know what the damage is. You can't return it to Sideshow anymore. So me personally, if I'm buying from eBay, I kind of wanted it inspected, because if I buy it sealed from a third party, it's not their fault. But who am I going to turn to now? So I would say it doesn't work. If you are thinking about value wise, there's not much of a difference between sealed and non-sealed. Maybe for other figures, but not all figures. I'm against it, honestly. There's a lot of things that could go wrong. So I don't encourage anyone to do that. All right. So by the way, thank you, Alvin, for the super chat. And let's go here. So for banners, so the third one that I hear is like, so we got a price, space. You feel like you're wasting your money. You're like, man, I already bought like 108. Like I Am Legend said earlier, I'm just wasting my money. I just spend all these money on hot toys. I could be using it for something else, So once you put that all into effect, you'll be like, man. So my response to that is you are, and so with other hobbies. Imagine if you get into another hobby, you're going to waste money anyway. In general, hobby itself is a waste of money unless your hobby is to improve yourself. For example, you take jiu-jitsu classes or boxing classes because you are improving, yourself. Um, but other than that, if you get into photography, you're going to spend money on cameras. You're probably going to buy a lot of cameras that you don't even need just because you're a gear whore now. You get into guns, you like shooting, you're going to waste money on bullets. You're literally like burning money because we go to bullets a lot. You put money on a car, you're wasting money anyway. So you are wasting money on any hobby. The good thing about 1/6 is that you can get out of this hobby and pretty much break even, maybe lose a little less or maybe gain a little bit more depending on what you collect. But on hot toys, typically you get your money back when you sell it. You just got to know when to sell it and where to sell it. So, but yeah, you're losing money. I mean, you are wasting money anyway on any hobby, not just this. Okay, let's see here. Cell can also be an upgrade. For example, Cell 2, 3 nice statue characters. It is, and with Hot Toys right now consistently upgrading their figures, that's one of the reasons I sell. King Dingaling says, in the same line, what are your thoughts about those crazy brown shipper boxes? King Dingaling, I keep the brown shipper boxes because I keep the boxes anyway. I mean, they're like this thick, so they don't add, you know, a huge amount of space. If I'm keeping the boxes, I might as well keep the shipper boxes. Now, if I'm throwing the boxes, there's no reason to keep the shipper boxes, right? Like they're so thin that A, you don't have to find box when you sell them, and B, it doesn't really take up that much space. I mean, if you fold those boxes and throw them away and you keep the boxes, how much space are you saving? Maybe one or two Hot Toys boxes, right? That's it. So it's pointless to me to throw them away if you are keeping the boxes anyway. Exotic, use your collection to grow your collection. That sounds good in theory, Exotic, but that's not always the case. And we'll discuss that on another live stream, like maybe selling hot toys and all that stuff. Yeah, the crow, even if they're sealed, if they're kept in a humid place, that is gonna disintegrate, So yeah, Danny says hot toys are easy to sell. Hot toys collecting isn't the worst thing to have as a hobby, but if you're concerned about opportunity cost of buying hot toys versus investing in something else, then you might want to stick to crypto. Okay. Okay, so fourth one is you lost interest in them. You just lost it, Maybe you're just, for whatever reason. I have lost interest in hot toys lately because of what's being announced. Like all we get is Spider-Man, a little bit of Iron Man, um, Star Wars, and I'm not a huge Star Wars. I like Star Wars, but I'm not a big Star Wars fan. So lately I've been losing interest. I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes I feel that way, but I felt this way before. It's just that like Mario, there's so many cool things that comes out that it's hard to walk away from them. Um so once you lose interest in them, maybe, what I would say what you need to do is you kind of just take a break, step away, don't do Facebook, avoid sideshow website. If you just lost interest, kind of what Terry was talking about earlier, being delayed, you're not interested in Star Wars. Let's just say you're not interested in Star Wars, on all you see Star Wars and you're getting bored. It doesn't take away the fact that you still have amazing figures. You don't need new releases to appreciate what you have. And maybe you take this time to, because sometimes we go to the cycle of you want this thing, you get this thing, now you want a new thing. If you take a break and not go to sideshow and browse pre-orders, maybe that would give you some time to maybe rearrange how you display your figures, put new lights, repost them, do something else, maybe change the accessory here and there that you've never done. So see if that helps with your fatigue, because sometimes fatigue is caused by like abundance of figures that you don't like. If that helps, then great, because as much as possible, I want to save you from the hobby because it's a great hobby, man. Like I said, it costs a lot, but you can also sell it for a lot. Compared to other hobbies that I've been into, if you shoot guns, you fire the bullets, you can never get that back. You put something on a car, can never get those rims back, even if you put it on a dealer. So, but in this one, it's as long as you have control and you don't spend like 50,000 a year on Hot Toys, kind of like I Am Legend who spent 38. I think you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Take a break, stay away. Don't look at pre-orders. Just do something else. Play video games. Go out, run, do something else. Come back in a month. If you see something that catches your eye, then go ahead. And if it doesn't, you know, and that leads me to this last one right here, which is, oh, let's go back to the comment before I do that. Okay. So, Metamorphic says one of the more affordable collecting hobbies that I've had. It's true, man. Because the thing is, I'm pretty sure any one of us who can afford Hot Toys has a decent paying job or whatnot. The more you earn, your hobby becomes different. Before you're collecting whatever rocks, and then you step on Hot Toys. Trust me, if your salary doubles, you're probably collecting exotic cars. So, in a sense, Hot Toys is kind of affordable, and like I said, you can get out. You could get out when you want to. J Rob says, luckily I collect DC, so I have plenty of space and plenty of money too. J Rob, I love DC as well. So yeah, I am Ricky Freaky to be quiet. I'm kind of tired of collecting Hot Toys right now. I'm liking the quality of 3038, and do that. I am Ricky. Do that. Oh, we got a new trend. We got to put PH now there, guys. Yeah, do that, man. Like no brand loyalty. Hot Toys doesn't care about us. Get out there, explore, do whatever makes you happy, man. Joe P, don't forget Mando. Everything Mando. I agree. You know what? I bought that. So I'm supposed to get that tomorrow. The deluxe Mando. I feel like that was a mistake, honestly, but it's coming. So I'm a DC fan too, but I kept that even more selective. So DC collection, it's even smaller. God damn, I didn't know that's possible. Far from that star, because DC's already small and you made it smaller. Andrew, with heavy focus on Spider-Man and Iron Man, it's hard to keep interest. Super happy for everyone who buys all of those figures, but they have licensed so many things to keep up producing the same. I agree, Andrew. I miss the days where, we got Predator, Terminator, Selection Aliens and all that stuff. Now it's too easy. And even if I don't buy all those things, I appreciate them more, because now I love toys. I love these collectibles. They're little work of art, and I just can't see the art on these, some of these pieces, because they look all the same. Buy stocks for a while. There you go. And don't. Justin, I wish Hot Toys would go back doing niche licenses, like maybe Rick the Car. Yeah, Blade Runner. Every once in a while, George. I agree. Just once in a while. Don't throw every color variation of Spider-Man in there too. So there's a lot of things out there. Keep us interested. Exactly. When it's too much of a one thing, it makes it harder to appreciate. Doc Smizzle, Hot Toys is definitely income creep hobby. Jay Leno collects cars. There you go. Once your income goes up there, man. With all the delays, I'm exploring Legos. There you go, Amber. Sometimes you gotta find something to keep your mind occupied if you're getting, and honestly, you might get tired for real. So, and it does happen. Did you? I got the deluxe, Negan. I got the deluxe. Yeah, for $60, I think it's a no brainer. Comics thoughts on cluttered collections with people who have problem with selling their things. It depends, comics. I don't want to, because I myself don't have the most beautiful display, and there are certain things that I don't want to let go, but I'm okay with letting them go. I would say if you started like putting your figures in a box and then just keeping them in a storage, that's where you need to reassess your things, because they might get damaged in there, or if they're getting in the way of your room. It's just collection, man. You can get it again. They reissue all the time. So Andrew says, I wouldn't collect Alien or Predator, but like you said, I appreciated something different. I give a sigh seeing Iron Man figures announced. I know, and like every time I see it, was like, oh, come on, man, another one. At least those things, there's a little bit of chance that I might get them. There's no chance I'm gonna get the Spider-Man. So Hot Toys brainstorming ideas from upcoming releases, Troopers or Spideys, or another variation of Iron Man. And I love those things. Do you remember early days of Hot Toys when they used to do military figures like Halo, Navy SEAL figures? Yeah, man. I was there. I was there for the right price. Anything can go. Willie Chua says hybrid Spidey Troopers. Wow. It's kind of like Venomized. All right. And the last one that I heard is and this comes from I guess the 1/6 scavengers as well. They found another hobby. It looks like Brian is into NASCAR now, or Formula One or something like that. And it does happen, man. In between, and it's not bad. In between, you can find another hobby while doing this 1/6, and it does happen. Um, what are you gonna do? Sometimes you just, and if it and I went through that. I used to collect like video game collector's edition. They're taking out, they're pretty expensive too. Some of them are like Hot Toys. And then I found Hot Toys back in 09, 010, I think. And I just stopped from them completely. I didn't sell them, but I stopped. Like I weaned myself down, kind of like, hey, I'm buying this. I love video games, but right now it's like you got older, you got kids, you don't have all the time in the world to do that. Found another hobby, this Hot Toys. And it does happen, man. Um you know when it's time to go. When it's time to go. I haven't gone yet that far, in the long run, but I get the feeling, man. I get that. I dabble with it, with all those reasons that I mentioned to you guys: price, the space, found another thing that you're gonna do. It does happen. 100 Predator figures. We've seen sold off a small amount of them. Hot Toys was doing Metal Gear. Those were the days, man. Alabama, I was so glad I was there because I love Metal Gear and I got into it. I got those Metal Gear figures and I am glad I did. Comics, how often are we supposed to put 303 on our figures? I don't want to overdo it. Honestly, comics, I'll probably do it like once a year. And then again, I live in Chicago. It's not humid in here. So depending on where you live. Mojo, after the first Bay Former, I bought a 1978 Camaro house that for collecting. Damn, man. Lotharia, I didn't realize you were OG Hot Toys. I would pay to see a stream with you and Denobi. Just saying. Oh, man. Yeah, I kind of like talked to him on Instagram, and just trying to make that happen. Sounds like me Optical got older, had kids, stopped playing and buying games, and bought more Hot Toys. Exactly, Doc. It's pretty easy, right? You buy one, you display one, you take a couple of pictures, you put them aside, and that's it. The day he leaves his hobby is the day the heart of collecting dies. Now, I don't know about that, but yeah. So with that, you're gonna ask yourself, are you ready to walk away? If you are, to answer a diecast fly earlier, I tried that, man. I think if you watch my video, there's a moment where I stopped. I didn't buy anything, but Hot Toys sucks you right back in. They release so many cool things. You're gonna be like, man. That's why I feel like you gotta go cold turkey, man. You're ready to walk away, and you'll know it. You'll know it. Like things doesn't excite you anymore. You look at your collection and you're like, it's a waste of money. I could be having, I don't know, a diaper changer behind me instead of this. Not diaper changer. I don't want to have kids anymore. But sell your grail. See if it hurts. Let's say Mark 46, sell it. Sell for a good price. If it doesn't hurt as much, I think you're ready. You're ready to walk away. Sell them all. Because if you don't, they'll suck you right back in. And you might even look for that grail again. So when you're ready, man, I'm telling you, you can't half-ass this one. You can't. Otherwise, it'll suck you right back in. That's what I, initially did. In video games, it's different because it consumes time. Hot Toys doesn't consume time. It does when you're searching for something, but for the most part, it doesn't. So, oh man. Okay, KG says was hearing Fat Thor was going to be released this week, but instead we got another Spidey. KG, I heard that too from our trusted big YouTubers. and we know what happened there. Didn't came out, but yeah, there are a few figures that I won't sell, even if I stop buying hot toys. I agree, exotic. I might not, so, but I don't think I don't know. It's hard to walk away from this, man. It's too good. It's too good. So, but I definitely get it. I definitely get how they feel. I felt that too. Sometimes I feel it recently, That's why, kind of slow down on streaming as well. But once you look at them, take a few pictures, you'll be like, oh man, I'm stuck right back in. So, like, as I'm bored, not stupid, not selling my grails. If you ever go out, is there something you will just not let go? Albert, it might be the battle damage. I don't even have it yet. Battle damage 85 or the Reeves Superman. So I might not get those. Corporate tubers. Been busy, not done. Okay, comics says, has the missus ever complained about you collecting? No, because before she met me, I was worse. Was doing a lot of things. So this has kept me home, away from the outside. And not only that, like Metamorphic says earlier, this is actually not that expensive. And safer too. I anyone who assembles gun in here know how expensive that could be, and there's really no market after you do that. You buy parts and all that stuff. Anyone who does cars in here know that you trade in your car, they won't care if you put in whatever spoiler that you put in there. So yeah, this is better. Trust me, this is better. Albert, my Ironmans are going with me to the grave. Man, I feel like this. I don't know how they could make this better, but I feel like we're yet to tap the potential of Iron Man yet. There's going to be an Iron Man that's just going to have one switch or rechargeable battery, and when that happens, we're probably going to sell all our Ironmans to upgrade to that. So she says, look at watch collecting. I don't know, man. Is that even like a thing now with smartphones and smartwatches? One of my favorite figures, Enterbay T1000, is inside a 2.5 gallon Ziploc in a drawer. One of many with figs. Amber says, do tell us about your shady past. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm sure if you're like Amber, or somebody who has a significant other like Mrs. JB to Mr. JB, this is the safest hobby for a guy to have. I'm telling you, we don't go out. Because if you go out in a bar, you can easily spend $100 easily just on drinks alone. And now you're thinking when you're in a bar, I was like, man, this could be Mando, So you don't go out in a bar anymore. So there you go. Mr. JB just laughing. So, Mrs. JB, don't ever hate on Mr. JB if he does the pre-order. He could be in a bar drinking that money away. So comics, what were the first things you collected that you got hooked? The video game collectibles, comics, and then I got not collecting, but we're creatures of that, man. If we take away hot toys from us, you're probably gonna I can guarantee you're gonna collect something else or you're gonna do something else. Metamorphic says exactly, assembling those things as well as cars. Those are things that I'm talking about when I say hot toys is not bad price wise. Yeah, man, you get into try selling a gun. See how hard it is to sell a gun that you assemble, you buy parts of. That's crazy. As far as the things, like I said, video game collectibles, I'm not talking about buying one video game here. I was buying every video game collectibles. That's insane. Managed to sell some of them, but live sports way too expensive. Yeah, man, you get those signed jerseys and all that stuff. Beat your meat if you have collection fatigue. Then you won't have collection fatigue. You'll just have arm fatigue. I feel you. That's how I think now. A night out can be a figure paid off pretty much. Yeah, man, dude. This will be a good topic next time with Paradox and the guys. He's like, what things do you give up to sustain this? Yeah, well, we're gonna tackle this one day. But Amber says, I would be in a bar, but COVID happened, and now aliens. Oh man, there's aliens too. Yeah, man. Something, you know what? I kind of want to watch Quiet Place 2, but I don't know if I'm comfortable sitting there yet. And I'm vaccinated. So I don't know, man. Jay says, "You still into guns?" King Dingaling, I only have a few now, not a whole lot anymore. So Alvin says, "How big is your Raya collection?" Alvin, it's massive. It's like zero. Yeah. Unlike that weird dude named Will Foxification. So Nico uses beat the meat. My God, you guys are nasty. Paradox is nasty, by the way. Comics says my right arm is way bigger than my left after joining the squad. You gotta alternate it, comics. I only have one Iron Man figure and Thanos from Infinity. Most I collect Bandai figures like Dragon Ball and Knights of the Zodiac and so on. Man, do what you gotta do, man. Whatever makes you happy. All I know is like I don't know the market value for those guys. Maybe I want to get into a hobby where if there's an emergency, I can get out. And I feel that way for Hot Toys, where if something happens, put it this way, I bought this mic for this is an expensive mic, by the way. So I just sold two figures to get this mic and this one, and it's not out of my pocket. So that's I would say the advantage of Hot Toys, though. Eric, what's going on? Enjoy collecting. I started playing basketball and football. I started with basketball and football cards when I was growing up. I started Hot Toys last year, and I'm being more careful. Star Wars is number one. Eric, you know what? Good for you, man. Like I started with basketball cards like years ago. Like you said, those upper decks? Yeah, those things, and it's amazing, man. I still have them. I don't know how. I don't think went up in price too much. But yeah, you just got to be careful, especially with Star Wars. They're pumping out a lot. So just know your goal. Paradox says it doesn't feel right using the non-dominant arm. You'll be surprised. Paradox, you'll be surprised. Oh man, I'm about to get my 109 figure bidding on Finn. Yeah, I am legend. You gotta add. Are you on my Facebook? Because I just sold Finn for like 120 shipped. That's another thing that we gotta talk about. Bidding and winning. It's kind of like it's like gambling. So y'all gotta be careful with that. It's like being with a stranger. Oh man, we gotta talk. We gotta have like a special edition, Beat the Meat edition here. So James, man, James, same thing. I will sell whatever I have to accept my Reeves Superman. Cards are more expensive than Hot Toys, man. I got some old cards. I got like the Kobe rookie card, Iverson. That's my time growing up. So I got them. I passed on LeBron because I was already old back then. So I'm Legend 1. I'm willing at 160. I'm willing to 160 get it back. I know, man, dude. I'm telling you, if you're looking for stuffs too, just let me know. Yeah, like follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, and ask me if whatever you're looking for, and on eBay bidding Hot Toys, I got Rogue One Vader. I want him for $292. Rogue One Vader. Okay, yeah. Will Purdue rookie card. Yeah, that is going for $0 nowadays because no one likes that card. But hey, PJ, are you going to stream on Monday? So we're not going to stream on Sunday because it's Memorial Day, and PJ is going to be drunk as hell that day. So I don't know. Maybe we'll go to Will Foxification next week. I'm not sure. I haven't seen. Okay, so PJ is streaming on Monday. I don't know if anyone's going to be there. Most guys said they won't, so we'll see. But he's going to stream on Monday, so just keep an eye on that. And Mario, I believe, is streaming now. So yeah, guys, jump. Paradox says we got some topics. Iron Man Day by tomorrow. Iron Man Day. Oh, guys, Iron Man Day tomorrow. So you know what that means? Reward points. So we'll see. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching, and keep an eye on maybe Monday. I don't know if we are gonna do it because most guys said they're gonna do something else. But again, one last before I go. Amber says, "Do you ever buy statues? Are you getting Digitasaurus?" I have only two statues, Amber, that are real statues. By real statues, I mean like quarter scale, premium format. Only have two. Maybe it'll be three with Twitter head, but we'll see. But yes, I do have two, but they're so big, man. All right, later, guys. Big JB. I'll see you guys later, and thank you for joining me again. And have a good night.